book friends, what's up? How's it going? How are you guys doing? And what are you reading? That sounds so accusatory, doesn't it? I always forget to ask. I always want to hear. You guys know I love giving book recommendations, but I also love hearing book recommendations. So tell me what you're reading in the comments below. Today's book, holy crap, I should not be wearing pink. I should be wearing black because it is deep. It's a little dark. It's very emotional. It's an book. It's slow burn. It's rock star. It's enemies to lovers. And it's a duet. And thank God I had the second book already once I finished this book, because oh my God, I'm so invested now. I needed to start that second book right away. Before we get to the book, I would love to have you subscribe and give the video a thumbs up. Also ring the bell for notifications. When you do those things, it really helps my channel in the YouTube algorithm, which is awesome for my channel and great for the authors whose books I talk about here. Let's get to talking about Graceless, which is the first book in the Graceless Duet by N. Britt. Okay, I'm gonna apologize in advance. I think my husband is about to make popcorn. So we're probably gonna hear it. And you probably heard him in the kitchen. I've got the door to the office closed, but if you hear it, that's what it is. Okay. Oh, oh my God. Oof. This book, you guys. Oh, does Nat go there? The book is about Dylan. Oh, Dylan is in quite a low place when this book starts. I was worried about him. I was like, ooh, definitely check your trigger warnings with this book because it deals with some really heavy subjects. I love that Nat is flexing her amazing writing muscles with this type of story. The book is from Dylan's perspective. Dylan's from an affluent family. His father is a senator. He's old money, basically. The book takes place in Seattle, and his sister has passed away 3 years before, kind of suspiciously. Did she take her life? Was it an accident? What is going on with that? As you can imagine, her death has really affected the family, and that was like, he was close to his sister and all of a sudden he realizes maybe he didn't know her at all. Dylan is not allowed to be gay. His father is uber conservative. Really sad. My heart hurt for him in a lot of ways with his dad. His dad is horrible. His mom has checked out, and then there's Dylan at a really interesting time in his life. He's a senior in college. He's just trying to get through the days. This is what he says. Sometimes I wonder if Ava took my ability to enjoy the simple things with her to the grave when she died. Scientifically, of course, it's not possible, but perhaps science has nothing to do with it. The world is just not the same without her. Blurry and washed out and sad on most days. I don't even know what I'm doing or where all this leads. The loss of a loved one leaves a big void. I don't even know what I am anymore. A little bit of grief, a little bit of anger, a little bit of nightmares, a little bit of missing her, a cocktail of suppressed emotions, a shadow of my former high school glory, a sum of all unrealized dreams. Not my dreams, my father's. So he's now carrying the weight not only of losing his sister, but also being the only child to be the face of the family along with his mom and dad, which is just so not happening. Dylan goes looking for answers about his sister's death, and his sister was in a band right at the precipice of the band making it. So he goes looking for her bandmates. They recently, it's like I said, it's been 3 years, and they are about to release a new album. And he's like, WTF? Is it her music? Is it stuff that she played on? He is angry, he is pissed, and he can't believe they are going on without her. And also, that's who she spent her last months year whatever with. He wants answers for them. He wants to know what his sister was doing. Specifically, he feels like he can get them from Kai, which is the lead singer of the band, and the person that was with her the night she died. He feels this pull to Kai in a way that he doesn't fully understand, except it's explosive anger. The way Nat writes about it bubbling up in him and how he feels when he sees him take the stage, how he feels listening to the music. Oh my God, I felt it all. Oh, it was heavy. It was rough. It was violent, super raw. In addition to all this anger he's feeling, there's this attraction that starts bubbling a little bit, but it's not soft and lovely and lusty. It is angry. There's a dominance that he needs to exude over any situation that he's in with Kai. And of course, Kai's like, not happening. The push and pull between them was very, like, tumultuous. It's dark. This is from Dylan's perspective. I'm having a hard time processing my emotions. They're complicated. There's confusion and surprise and curiosity, but the strongest one is hate. It fills me up like a bartender would fill up a shot glass, fast with practiced efficiency and to the brim, and then some of it pours out of me and presses against the splash of red luster cutting through the darkness. So he's at the first concert that they're putting on, and this is what he's feeling, being there, hearing the music, seeing them, all the bandmates, especially Kai. He goes on to say, it's all very moody and somber and crushing. My chest aches. There's a hole in there, right in the space between my ribs and around my heart. A space that craves to be filled, but I don't know how to fill it or with what. He worried me a lot. He has stalker tendencies. He is completely obsessed. He is in this hole that he cannot seem to dig himself out of. Oh, his grief is just so much. Kai doesn't help. Kai talks in riddles. Kai is apprehensive. I kind of wished that we got a little more. I would have loved to have gotten some of Kai's perspective, to know where his head's at. But I think, honestly, not getting that added to, I don't want to say confusion, but that's the first word that comes to my head. And I think that was actually exactly Nat's point in not giving it to us. So I learned to accept that the further into the book we got. But there was always a big question mark over Kai's head. And I wasn't sure that I understood their relationship. And I think that's exactly the point. There is a lot of mystery in this book. It's not a whodunit. It's a why did she? And the more we get those layers peeled back by Kai and Dylan, their interactions, the time they spend together, the text messages, dare I loosely say, the budding relationship that they are having, we get a little bit more, but I have a lot of questions still. I wasn't sure that I understood how it could go from enemies to lovers. I wasn't sure that that's where we were going. And then all of a sudden, I read a post of Nat's that she put up. And Slow Burn was in the post. And it was like, doof, it hit me in the head. And I'm like, okay, now I get it. I must have missed that before. Because I was like, I know it's 2 books, but like, how? Like, they're real enemies. When does it turn to lovers? And because it's an book and I'm really new to reading more of that, you guys know that I've talked about before, I love all love stories, you know, whether it's a gay or a straight love story. It doesn't matter to me. Love is love. I want to read it all. So I just wasn't sure, like, I'm not getting the butterflies. I'm not getting the swoony moments. And I don't necessarily need that in every single love story. But I was like, okay, when's it going to lovers? Like, I want Dylan to get some happiness in his life. Whoever that's going to be with. He has an awesome best friend named Lee. I loved their relationship. I loved Dylan, his dry humor, but his heart was so broken over the loss of his sister. I wanted the best for him. Was it going to be Kai? I was not sure. And then I read this part. This strange thing with Kai has consumed me whole, I realize. It's made me blind, made me miss the decline in my mother, made me miss my best friend's attempts to be there for me, made me careless too, and made me a little braver. Because for once I'm desperately wanting to extricate myself from the clutches of my father. And perhaps it's only a matter of time before I break and spill my guts to Lee. I have no doubt she'll accept me with open arms, just the way I am, all sorts of effed up and decidedly unfixable. Oh, my friend. Oh, like that one got me emotional because I'm like, you are not unfixable. You're gonna be okay. We're all effed up. The tempo that Nat writes this book with, I just was like dumbfounded. I just got to the point where, and I was messaging a book friend and I was like, oh my God, like, I don't think I can do this. I'm just not sure about it. Oh, geez, my tears. I don't know if this book is for me. I don't know. I'm just like, it's like really dark and heavy, and I read dark. That's not the problem, but I'm just like, oh, I'm in it and I just don't know, like where's the rainbows and butterflies? And then all of a sudden, and something clicked. And it was reading the post where she put up that it was slow burn. And there was a particular moment between the two of them where I got a little bit more about Kai that made me understand him a little bit more. And I was like, oh, here it is. Yes, here it is. And I love that Nat's writing made me feel that way. The book does end not necessarily on a cliffhanger, but you're kind of like, oh, well, now what? And like I said, I was really excited that I already had Faithful on my Kindle waiting for me. So I'm reading that right now. Stay tuned for video number 2, book number 2, Faithful. In fact, when I finish filming and while it's uploading, I am going to open my Kindle and keep reading because, like, I need to know where these two are going. Is Dylan going to get his happily ever after? Is it going to be with Kai? I just don't know. I just don't know. Let me know if you have read Graceless or any of Nat's other books. You know I always love to hear. Thanks for hanging out with me today, guys. I'll see you soon. Bye.